In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on July 19, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Francisco Giants versus Toronto Blue Jays. On Saturday afternoon, the San Francisco Giants, sitting at 52-46 and third in the National League West, face off against the Toronto Blue Jays in the opener of a 3-game series up at Rogers Center. It's a matchup that kicks off the second half of the season, with both teams looking to build some momentum right out of the All-Star break. The Blue Jays have dominated most of their recent games against the Giants, winning 4 out of the last 5, and that includes grabbing 2 wins in a 3-game series down in San Francisco back in July. Offensively, Toronto holds a clear advantage, sitting near the top in several hitting stats like 3rd in batting average, while the Giants are stuck near the bottom in those same areas. Plus, the Blue Jays pitchers have been stingy at home lately, holding opponents to 3 runs or fewer in their past 3 games there. Heading into the All-Star break, the Blue Jays were on fire, rattling off 7 straight wins in Toronto and taking 11 of their last 14 games overall. They've been reliable when it comes to covering the spread this year, winning 55 out of 96 games in that spot. On the flip side, the Giants have struggled, dropping 3 of their last 4, with their pitchers allowing 5 or more runs in 2 of those recent 3 outings. Webb is an all-star pitcher who is worth a look when he's on the mound, but he's not nearly as good on the road as he is at home. Webb has a 3.69 earned run average on the road compared to a 2.23 earned run average at home. Lauer has a 2.78 earned run average and 1.04 WHIP on the year, and he's been consistent every time he takes the mound. The Blue Jays are 10-4 this season when Lauer pitches. In 22 home innings, Lauer has a 2.45 ERA and .167 allowed batting average. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. The last couple of games between these two teams went way over the run total, and in their 3-game series in San Francisco last year, a whopping 31 runs scored across those matchups. The Giants pitchers have posted a 4.5 earned run average over their previous 6 games against Toronto, which isn't great. Toronto's offense is one of the best this season, ranking 3rd in batting average league-wide, giving them the firepower to put up runs in a hurry and keep the scoreboard moving. Just before the break, the Giants pitching got hammered, surrendering 13 runs to the Phillies right at home. Toronto's staff isn't elite, landing in the bottom half in key areas like 20th in earned run average at 4.13. The Giants' arms have let in 5 or more runs in 2 of their past 3 starts, and all that adds up to what looks like a game with plenty of offense in Toronto this Saturday. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus New York Mets. The MLB action keeps rolling on Saturday with a National League clash pitting the Cincinnati Reds, who are at 51-47, against the New York Mets. It's a game that could shake things up as both squads push through the season's second half. The Mets are thrilled to be playing at home again and eager to rack up some wins after a so-so stretch. They wrapped up the first half with an even 3-3 record on their road swing, and now they're ready to build on that impressive 33-14 mark they've got going at their own park this year. Their starter, Holmes, has been reliable in front of the home crowd, posting a 4-1 record with a tidy 3.16 earned run average. On the other side, the Reds are sending Martinez to the mound, and he's had a tough time finding his groove all season. Away from home, Martinez sits at just 2-5 with an ERA hovering around 5, which isn't doing him any favors. The Mets are also getting some key veteran hitters back in the lineup for this series, and that home field edge should pay off against a Reds squad that's managed only 22-25 on the road so far. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Even with a pair of strong lineups on the field, I'm leaning toward the under here. The Reds have stayed under the total in 4 out of their past 5 outings, showing some real restraint on the scoreboard. The Mets aren't far behind, dipping under in 3 of their last 5 games too. Holmes has been steady at home with that 3.16 earned run average across 9 starts this season, keeping things in check. Plus, both teams are batting below .250 in daytime games this year, which suggests the bats might not heat up too much. Look for a tightly contested, well-pitched battle that probably comes down to the wire in the later frames. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Miami Marlins. On Saturday, the Kansas City Royals, holding a 47-50 record and sitting 3rd in the American League Central, head into the middle contest of their 3-game road series against the Miami Marlins. It's a chance for both squads to keep building as the season pushes forward after the break. Miami's starter, Cal Quantrill, got roughed up in his latest start, coughing up 7 hits and 5 runs over just 5 innings. And even before that, he had a string of 3 so-so performances where he allowed 13 hits and 6 runs across 13.1 innings total. Still, the Marlins turned things around nicely in their final 20 games leading into the All-Star break, picking up wins in 14 of them, which shows they've got some real fight. They've also handled the Royals well lately, taking 4 of the past 5 home games against them and 5 out of the last 7 meetings overall. The Royals have been decent on the pitching side, ranking in the top 8 in 4 key categories there, but their bats have been quiet all year. They're sitting 19th in batting average, 26th in slugging, and a dismal 29th in runs scored, which has held them back. Miami's gotten a boost from Kyle Stowers, who's smashed 19 homers and driven in 54 runs this season, adding some serious pop to their lineup. With Kansas City's offensive struggles and the Marlins' recent surge, the edge goes to the home team in this spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. Even after that wild, high-scoring opener in this series, both these clubs lean hard on their pitching to get results, and the under has hit in 6 of their last 10 head-to-head games, including a low-output 3-game set last year where only 14 runs crossed the plate total. For Kansas City, the under's gone 6-4 in their past 10 games overall, with 4 runs or fewer in 7 of those, keeping things tight. Miami's been similar, with the under at 6-3-1 over their last 10, and they've held opponents to 3 runs or less in 4 of their past 5 at home, which points to more of the same here. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus Philadelphia Phillies. Los Angeles, sitting at 47-49, is aiming to snag their second straight series victory as they head to Citizens Bank Park on Saturday night for the middle game of a 3-game set against Philadelphia, who are 55-41 and looking to hold their ground. The Phillies have come out on top in 7 of their last 10 matchups with the Angels, showing they've got the upper hand in recent history. The Angels have stumbled as road underdogs lately, going just 2-4 in their past 6 in that spot this season, which doesn't bode well. At home, the Phillies are hitting .276 against lefties, a solid mark that could give them an edge. Even though Yusei Kikuchi is a capable arm for the Angels, I don't see him shutting down a Phillies squad that feasts on left-handed pitching like his. After a rough loss, Philadelphia's motivated to rebound, and I figure they'll tighten up and avoid handing out homers like they did in the opener. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. The Angels have pushed over the total in 6 of their last 7 games, keeping the scores high, while the Phillies have gone over in 2 of their past 4, adding to the trend. Los Angeles is putting up 4.35 runs a game on average and ramped it up to 5.67 over their previous 3 outings, showing some real pop. They're hitting .235 against righties, and now they're up against a starter who's surrendered 13 runs in his last 3 home turns against them, which could open the floodgates. On the flip side, the Phillies average 4.56 runs overall and bump that to 5.11 at home, where they're comfortable. They're batting .258 versus lefties, facing a guy who's given up 10 runs in his last 3 road starts, so expect some damage. All signs point to these teams lighting up the scoreboard enough to sail over the total, especially since they've gone over in 8 of their last 9 head-to-heads. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Chicago White Sox, with a 32-65 record and 41-51-5 on the over-under, are set to face the Pittsburgh Pirates, who sit at 39-58 with a 39-55-3 over-under mark in the middle game of their three-game interleague series on Saturday evening. It's a matchup that pits two teams scraping for wins against each other as the season wears on. The White Sox bring the edge in starting pitching here, and their bats actually look stronger when stacked up against this faltering Pittsburgh crew, setting up Chicago for a victory. Hauser's been a standout for the White Sox all year, dropping his earned run average to an impressive 1.56, and he's got enough starts under his belt with 5 wins already, so it's no fluke. Pittsburgh's countering with Burrows, who got shelled for 6 runs in just 1.1 innings his last time out, which isn't inspiring much confidence. The Pirates rank dead last in the league for runs scored, giving the White Sox a solid chance to pull off another win with Hauser leading the charge. I've given up on expecting the Pirates to fix their hitting problems anytime soon, and meanwhile, the White Sox have been holding their own whenever Adrian Hauser takes the hill. He's stepped up as the surprise ace for Chicago so far this season with a start nobody saw coming. Pittsburgh keeps being unpredictable at best, and even though Mike Burrows has shown some promise early on for them, I don't see their lineup doing enough to support him against Hauser. In the end, I figure the White Sox wrap this one up. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago White Sox money line is our full game side pick. Digging into the road and home splits for the year, these starters have been pretty good at keeping runs off the board. Adrian Hauser stands at 1-2 with a 2.27 earned run average and holding hitters to a .237 average over 31.2 innings in his 5 road outings, showing he can handle tough spots away from home. Mike Burrows is 1-2 with a 4.18 earned run average and a 7-24 walk-to-strikeout ratio across 23.2 innings in his 5 starts at home, which isn't dominant but keeps things in check. Both squads have been weak with runners in scoring position all season long. Chicago ranks last in the majors with a .613 team OPS in those spots, while Pittsburgh isn't much better at 25th with a .672 OPS when it matters most. The under has cashed in 3 of their last 4 head-to-head games, pointing to another low-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.